If you've lived in India in the last 3 decades, Piyush Pandey's work must have been part of your life. His family thought advertising was just about selling soap, and he broke every rule in the book to become the most awarded creative director in Indian advertising history. His work has made you laugh, cry, and probably sing along without even realizing it. Today, I am taking you inside a book written by Piyush Pandey named Pandeymonium. And trust me, this isn't your typical business book. This is about how a middle class boy from Jaipur who travelled in third class train compartments became the creative genius who defined Indian advertising. More importantly, it's about the principles that can transform how you think about creativity, work, and life itself. Let's dive in. You know what most people get wrong about creativity? They think it's some extraordinary talent you're either born with or not. Piyush Pandey destroys this myth. He learns everything by experience. He calls his family a creative factory. And listen to this lineup. His father was a poet and artist who couldn't pursue his dreams but trained Piyush for elocution contests. His mother, educated only till class 8, read voraciously and became the creative director of the household, refusing to marry off her daughters at 18 in the 1970s India. One sister became a folk singer in Bollywood. Another went to Holland to study film. His brother Prasoon became one of India's greatest ad film directors. But here's the main insight. Every creative person is the result of the environment in which he or she was brought up. Piyush shares this beautiful story. When he was 7, his father made him memorize an incredibly heavy poem for a school competition. He delivered it flawlessly, but he lost. Why? Because the poetry was so complex, it went over everyone's heads, the audience, the teachers, and the judges. His father admitted he got it wrong. And in the next contest, his dad chose a political satire that had the audience rolling in the aisles. Piyush won the gold medal. The lesson learnt was respect your audience, speak their language, make them smile, not scratch their heads. This became Piyush's cardinal rule in advertising. Whatever you say it with respect for the audience, in a context they understand, spontaneously, without fear, not to intimidate but to delight. But the creative factory didn't stop at literature and poetry. His mother insisted all her children excel at arts and culture. The house regularly hosted poetry recitals. Every sibling became an expert in something: music, mythology, history, medicine, painting, theatre. And here's where it gets really interesting. Piyush calls his family my Google. Instead of searching the internet, he'd call different siblings for different expertise. Need to know about Ayurveda? Call sister Sudha. Need mythology insights? Call Rama. Hindi literature? Hemlata. Music? Ila Arun. The principle here is profound. Build your own personal Google. Create an extended family of friends and colleagues with different talents. Your next great idea is hiding in a conversation with someone who knows something you don't. Piyush also talks about the carpenters who came to build furniture in his middle class home. While other kids played, he'd watch these craftsmen work, asking questions, understanding their art. Years later, this childhood fascination became the foundation of the Fevicol campaign, one of the longest running, most awarded campaigns in Indian advertising. The cobblers fixing his shoes, the puncture repair man, each was an artist striving for perfection, taking as much time as needed to satisfy the customer completely. Here's the takeaway. Your education doesn't stop in the classroom. The carpenter, the cobbler, the street vendor, they're all teachers. Every person has knowledge you don't possess. So, stay curious, stay humble. Now, most people look at Piyush Pandey and think, ad guy, creative genius. But here's what they miss and what he considers his greatest teacher: cricket. Listen to this story. His team is playing the Delhi University Inter-College Final. By lunch on day 1, they are 53 for 6. Disaster. As Piyush walks into bat, his friend Arun Lal says to him, "You know what? 53 for 6 is a huge problem for ordinary people. It is an opportunity of a lifetime for somebody who wants to be great. Piyush scored 71 that day. More importantly, he learned. In adversity lies opportunity. When you're handed an impossible brief, when the client is threatening to leave, when your back is against the wall, that's not a crisis. That's your chance to be remembered. But cricket gave him more than just resilience. It gave him team dynamics. That means a captain is only as good as his team. In advertising, the best work comes from collaboration, not solo genius. Discipline and punctuality. Like Amitabh Bachchan, Piyush is never late. Being on time shows respect and professionalism. Adaptability. Cricket formats changed from 5-day tests to 1-day to T20. Similarly, advertising evolved from print to TV to digital. You adapt or you die. The importance of nervousness. As Bachchan told him, the day you stop getting nervous is when your downfall begins. Stay relevant, stay nervous. Cricket gave Piyush his biggest career break. Remember the IPL? Piyush, along with his cricket buddies Arun Lal and Amrit Mathur, conceptualized the tournament years before it happened. When Lalit Modi got into a position of power at the BCCI, the concept was updated and the IPL was born. Ogilvy won the IPL account. They won 3 team accounts. And Piyush's tagline, Carnival outside the boundary line, pure cricket inside. That's exactly what the IPL became. The lesson here isn't play cricket to succeed in advertising. It's this. Whatever you're passionate about, sports, music, cooking, travel, dive deep. The patterns, principles and insights you gain will fuel your professional success in ways you can't imagine. By the time Piyush joined the advertising world, he carried a secret superpower. He still had the heart of a child. Why is that important? Because the best creative ideas often come when we think like kids, with curiosity, imagination and without fear. As Piyush says, don't let the child in you die. He or she is the genius. You are not. In other words, our inner child is the truly creative one. A famous example of this philosophy came with a challenge Piyush faced in 1993. The client Cadbury wanted more adults to eat their dairy milk chocolate, not just kids. How do you get grown-ups to feel it's okay to enjoy candy? Piyush happened to be on vacation in the US when the brief came. At Disneyland, he noticed an elderly man eagerly riding a wild roller coaster right after his heart surgery, just to test if his heart was strong enough. Then, in a toy store, he saw an old couple crawling on all fours, giggling as they chased a tiny remote control car under the shelves. These joyful seniors weren't acting their age at all. They were letting their inner children out. That's when the idea hit him. Age is just a number. Every grown-up has a child inside who loves to play. On the flight home, Piyush scribbled a whole Cadbury chocolate commercial idea with a catchy jingle on the back of a boarding pass. The eventual ad campaign showed adults unabashedly enjoying chocolate like little kids, and it was a huge success. This campaign was born because Piyush paid attention to those playful grandparents and remembered what Disney taught him. People of any age love feeling like kids. Disney movies, in fact, always touch that inner child in both young and old, with pure, heartfelt stories. Piyush even got a chance to relive his childhood in his work. He and his brother Prasoon were asked to adapt Disney's The Lion King and Aladdin stage musicals into Hindi for Indian audiences. Imagine 2 grown men sitting in a hotel room watching cartoons all day, laughing and crying at the characters, and jotting down ideas for Hindi songs. That's exactly what they did. They felt like kids again, reborn as Piyush describes it. By reconnecting with the wonder and emotion of those stories, they created adaptations that Indian kids and parents adored. The takeaway? Never kill your childlike curiosity. It's the source of creativity and joy. In fact, Piyush believes the child inside us is smarter and more creative than the serious adult. Children aren't afraid to imagine wildly, ask why not, or be playful. So he urges, hang on to that inner child. That playful mindset will keep your ideas fresh and your spirits young. Whether you are 15 or 50, if you can giggle at a silly joke or wonder at a rainbow, you'll never run out of creativity. And as we just saw, some of Piyush's best work, getting adults to eat chocolate, came directly from seeing the world through a child's eyes. Alright, let's talk about the campaigns that made Piyush a legend. Campaign number 1, Asian Paints, Har Ghar Kuch Kehta Hai. Then the insight shifted. The paint is an expression of pride in your house. Piyush writes about the moment he got this brief. I wrote that emotional piece on my pad. One shot, no change of word or punctuation. I read it to myself and cried. I called up the clients and said, drop everything you are doing and come straight to my office. When he read it to them, all three cried. The campaign, Har Ghar Kuch Kehta Hai. Every home has something to say. For the first time, Asian Paints didn't talk about paint. They talked about the emotional pride everyone takes in their home. India loved it. Campaign number 2, Vodafone, the Zuzus. This story is insane. It's 2009, second season of IPL. The challenge? Cricket fans will tire of any ad if they see it repeatedly over 40 days. The solution? A new ad for every single day of the tournament. 44 ads. The team had no clue how to do this. Then Rajiv Rao drew a thing. Not human, not animal, just a thing. They wrote scripts, but the problem was animation would be too expensive and time consuming. Director Prakash Verma gave a genius idea. Put petite women in costumes and shoot them in South Africa. Make it look like animation. When Piyush saw the first cuts, he said, this is the most brilliant piece of communication I've ever seen in my life. The Zuzus became a cultural phenomenon. People thought they were animated. Critics marveled at the animation quality. The lesson? When faced with impossible constraints, don't follow the obvious path. Break the rules. Try the untried. Campaign number 3, the BJP and Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar. Love or hate the politics, the campaign was a masterclass. In 2013, most polls predicted a hung parliament. The BJP hired Soho Square, managed by Ogilvy, to create their campaign. The brief was crystal clear. Only one name, Narendra Modi. The line, Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar. Piyush's team created 80 testimonials using real people sharing real frustrations. Shot against black backgrounds, stark, raw, real. In 75 days, the team created over 200 commercials, 150 radio spots, over 1000 print and outdoor ads in every major Indian language. The result? BJP won 288 seats, a simple majority. The principle? Simple language, real emotions, respect the audience's intelligence, and work like your life depends on it. Let's talk about the deeper wisdom in this book, because Piyush isn't just teaching advertising, he's teaching life. Principle number 1. Look back at life, there are stories hidden there. That SBI Life ad about a senior citizen gifting his wife a diamond was inspired by Piyush buying diamond earrings for his mother and her saying, "What will I do with diamonds at this age?" Your life is a gold mine of stories. The next time you're stuck, rewind to your childhood, your travels, your embarrassing moments. The story is there. Principle number 2. Stand up for your beliefs. Early in his career, Piyush created a campaign for Tata Cement. The Ogilvy Review Board, including his mentors, rejected it as rubbish. Piyush walked out, refused to change it, risked being fired. Result? They presented the work unchanged. Tata Cement's MD gave Piyush a hug. The business is yours. The remaining pitches were cancelled. When you're deeply convinced you're right, stand your ground. Yes, you might lose, but the upside of winning is career defining. Principle number 3. Failure isn't really a bad thing. Here's Piyush's biggest regret. He was good enough to play Ranji Trophy cricket alongside future Indian stars like Kapil Dev. But while they worked harder to reach the next level, Piyush got satisfied. He thought, I've arrived. His cricket career ended there. The lesson? Every achievement is a milestone, not a destination. The day you think you've made it is the day your downfall begins. Piyush treats every day as a practice session at the nets. After 33 years in advertising, he says, I still get up every morning hoping to write the best ad of my life. Principle number 4. Don't chase awards, chase good work. Piyush won more awards than any creative director in India. But listen to what he says. The greatest award is when a barber tells me, Sir, I saw your Fevicol ad. He shares this beautiful story. He once left his wallet at home and couldn't enter Goa airport without ID. The security guard was about to turn him away when a hotel employee said, This is Piyush Pandey. He creates Cadbury and Fevicol ads. The guard smiled in recognition and waved him through. That's the real reward, when your work becomes part of people's lives. When consumers love it so much, they become your advocates. Awards are a bonus. Consumer love is the trophy. Principle number 5. Pay it back. Piyush has created some of India's most impactful social campaigns. Mile Sur Mera Tumhara for national integration, Chalo Padhaएं for the National Literacy Mission, the Polio Eradication Campaign with Amitabh Bachchan. He didn't do these for money. He did them because God and your learning have given you weapons, the power of imagination, the power of your pen. Use them to change the world. In essence, Piyush Pandey sees advertising moving beyond just selling products to telling stories that connect and inspire. You don't need to be a CEO or have an MBA to come up with a touching story. You could be a kid with a camera or an artist with a sketchbook. If you have a story that moves people, you can make an impact. Piyush's own journey, from a little boy listening to folk tales and train gossip to a man crafting iconic ads, proves that storytelling is a skill honed by listening to life and observing people. As Piyush often says, the world is your classroom and everyone around you is a teacher. The story of Pandeymonium reminds us to stay curious, humble and passionate. If we do that, our lives too can overflow with color, creativity and maybe a little bit of pandemonium of our own. Thank you for watching. Keep that creative spark alive. Until next time, stay curious and keep telling your stories.